Hello and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that will give you some tone and some 3D effects to your lino prints. Hope you enjoy it and carry on watching. This is the lino that I'm going to be using through the demo. So I want the leaves to be a different tone to the rest of the print. So for the first technique I'm going to show you, we're going to be creating some stencils to cover the top part. So I'm going to create two, one out of tracing paper and one out of newsprint. So starting with the tracing paper, I'm just going to trace around the leaves. You don't need to worry too much about the top part. It's mainly getting that shape there. So that's my stencil out of tracing paper. And just going to flip that over and trace it onto the newsprint. By using a biro, it tends to transfer better. Check that it is working. Yep. And then I'm going to cut both of these out. And just double check that fits nicely over the top. Worthwhile just placing a mark on the top side, and that will become clearer when we come to printing. And then do the same with the newsprint one. And just need to turn it over and it should fit over the leaves. Oh, a little bit of a gap, but we go with that. And again, I'm just going to mark the top. Now I'm going to ink this plate up and then we'll get printing. So I've inked up my plate and I'm now going to put the tracing paper stencil on top of the leaves. Like that, and then take your printing paper, and I'm using a corner illustration which I've taped down because I don't want this moving in the process. So I'm going to put my printing paper on, and I'm going to tape the top edge of the paper down onto the table, and that will become clear in a moment. And then we're going to do a mixture using a barren and a spoon to print with. So we'll lift up the paper carefully. Don't remove the tape at the top, and I'm just going to put that up the top and then very carefully remove the stencil. Try not to move the plate. And then you put your paper back down and carry on printing. because the stencil removes some of the ink, and this will give you a two-tone effect. So I've removed the tape. Go down. And you can see there's a slight variation between the bottom and the leaves. Now I'm going to ink up the plate again and try it with the newsprint, because you should get a much more dramatic effect. So I've inked up the plate again, and this time I've got the newsprint stencil on top, and now I'm going to print it. Again, taping the top edge of the paper so I can flip it back. And there you go, and that's the one with the newsprint. You can see it's slightly lighter than the one I did with the tracing paper. A little bit darker, that one. So I'm going to ink up the plate again and show you a different technique to get in tone. So I've inked up my plate again, and this time, rather than using stencil, I'm going to actually wipe some of the ink away. So I'm going to focus more on the pot and the bottom of the plate. So I use two different ways, one using a cotton wool bud and one using a paintbrush. So with the cotton wool bud, I'm just going to wipe one side of the pot away. Just half the pot. You can see the ink's coming off on the bud. And then with the bottom, I think I'm just going to do that little twisty motion with the paintbrush. But with the paintbrush, you mainly get a bit of tissue and just wipe off any excess ink. Otherwise you're just spreading the ink around rather than moving it. Move it away from the corner a bit. And I might, I'm just going to do some brush marks. Just to see what that looks like. I don't know if you can see where I've wiped it away. Just about. And then I'm just going to print it. There we go. Another really nice way of creating tone. So here are the 3 techniques all together. So this is the one, these 2 are using the stencil. So this is the tracing paper one and the newsprint one. And you can see the newsprint is slightly lighter on the top. And then this is the one we're wiping away. This was with the cotton wool bud and then with the paintbrush. So you could actually combine both techniques. So give it a go, let me know how you get on, and I'll see you later. Bye.